What's going on, everybody? It's Destiny Malibu and my co-host,
DJ Desi.
We are live from the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. And this is the Destiny Malibu podcast. We are a mental health focused podcast, and we are so excited to be partnering with the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas and talking about a topic that we feel like a lot of times needs a little more love. It kind of gets not talked about a lot, especially in Las Vegas, which is a party city, and we're all about,
having fun, going out, and, doing all those things.
But we also want to make sure that you guys are feeling good mentally and emotionally, so we're here to be your friends and talk about some mental health topics with you guys and how we can build a community together of people who are focused on becoming the best version of themselves. So we've been talking about the 7 pillars of mental health, which is something that I made that kind of has helped me through my mental health struggles and my mental health journey. And those pillars that we've talked about, if you guys haven't heard them yet, you can go back to previous episodes. Now we are talking about diving into a new section, because we've talked about all of our 7 pillars of mental health, and if you guys want to check those out, check out the previous episodes. But today we are sifting into a new topic, which is called empathy, the importance of empathy. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. And empathy is a crucial part of human connection.
Yes, definitely.
It's a crucial part of feeling connected to the people around you and understanding people. And it's the ability to step into someone else's shoes and kind of imagine what they're going through. So, a lot of people are struggling out there and are keeping it private and are not telling anybody.
They're suppressing it, holding it in, and building it up until one day it just all
bubbles over.
Yes. We don't want any of you to go through that. So we're trying to let you know now how to be empathetic with each other.
Yes, how to be empathetic, how to be a good listener, how to check in on your friends and make sure that they're doing good. Make sure that they're feeling okay, because a lot of people were really struggling with their mental health during the pandemic.
Yep.
And now that things are opening back up, we're so happy we're at the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas, and we just want to, be your online friends and remind you guys the importance of empathy. So we are going to be talking about the 3 different types of empathy. I thought this was very interesting, and there is cognitive empathy, emotional empathy, and also compassionate empathy. So cognitive empathy is basically the ability to understand what someone is going through. And really, someone tells you a story, maybe they were late to work, got a flat tire, or something crazy happened, and they tell you about it, and you're like, wow, I understand how that could be a really difficult situation. So
and when you understand, you have to actually sit there and listen, right?
Yes, listening is a huge part of understanding. Desiree is an extremely good listener. She listens to me babble away nonstop, huh?
And I do. She's like, are you listening? I'm like, yes, I am. And I say back whatever it is that she's saying.
Yeah, she's a fantastic listener. I really love people, and I really love communication.
Yeah.
So I really just, enjoy asking people how they're doing and, diving deep into those topics. So cognitive empathy is the understanding. Then we have emotional empathy, and this is when you are able to actually physically feel like what this person is feeling. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced this. Sometimes you see someone crying and your eyes start tearing up.
Yes.
And that's mirroring, but it's also emotional empathy when you're able to see someone in pain, see somebody struggling, and actually feel that physically in your body and feel the sensation of what that person might be going through.
Right.
So this is emotional empathy. And then we have the third one, which is compassionate empathy. And it's a combination of a cognitive and emotional empathy. So compassionate empathy is the combination of being able to understand and feel what the person is going through.
And that normally comes around when you've also experienced maybe what that person has gone through, correct?
Yes, exactly. So it's really important to exercise this muscle of compassionate empathy, because it's a huge, huge part of human connection and being able to actually understand what someone is going through.
Okay. Yeah.
And something that I also want to highlight is the difference between empathy and sympathy.
Okay.
Because I think that's easy to get confused too. So what's the difference? What's the difference between empathy and sympathy? And sympathy essentially is the ability to feel sorry for someone, to pity someone, but to separate yourself emotionally from what they are going through. So essentially, you're feeling sorry for them, you're pitying them, but you're not allowing yourself to physically feel any of those sad emotions.
You're keeping it at an arm distance.
You're keeping it. You're like, oh, I'm so sorry for you. That sounds sad, but you're not really emotionally connecting. And then with empathy, it is the ability to see somebody and emotionally connect and really, sit there with them and say, I understand what you're feeling. I feel your pain. Maybe you've been through something similar. This is the difference between empathy and sympathy, which I feel like is really important to highlight how beautiful it is to be able to empathize with someone, because when you're sympathizing with someone, it's like you're kind of removed from it. You're like, oh, I hope that gets better. I feel sorry for you. But you're not really having that emotional connection with the person.
You're probably not really listening. You're probably like, I don't understand what you're talking about, and I'm not going to listen.
Yeah. So it's really important to just remember to, ask people how they're doing. Ask them what's going on in their life, how they're feeling emotionally, and then be able to sit there and exercise the ability to truly empathize with people. This is a huge part of human connection and really can help you make your relationships so beautiful and really build them up and really build those strong connections with people, which at the end of the day, we all want to have those strong connections with people. I mean,
definitely. I mean, as Mom told us when we were little, is that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should be listening twice as much as we talk.
That's a good highlight, and it's true. We gotta make sure we're listening to each other and just checking in on each other. And also, practicing empathy is not only beneficial for the people around you, but it's beneficial for you. Honestly, studies show that it benefits your health, so you are less stressed. You have less negativity in your life. It improves communication skills in your workplace. It improves the connections you have with your fellow, coworkers. And it just transcends personal relationships to a totally different level. So remember that when you're going out into the world, when you're hanging out with people, that showing empathy for the people you care about and people that you don't know that well. I mean, sometimes, I'm walking around and I've seen people literally crying in a hallway or something, and I always stop and I'm like, hey, are you okay? And sometimes people don't want to talk. That's fine. And then sometimes people, they want to hug, they want to talk, and not that all of us have the time to do that, but it's such a beautiful thing to connect with people in that way, because I think a lot of times, especially with social media and stuff, we all seem to be perfectly happy all the time because we're posting everything that's going good. But a lot of us are going through hard times, so remember to check in on your loved ones. Remember to exercise your empathy muscle.
Yes.
And we love you guys so much, and we're so happy to be partnering with the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas and talking about mental health in a big party city, and bringing light to this topic.
Yeah, and if you have any questions that you may want to ask Destiny that you want us to talk about on future episodes, you can go to askdestinymalibu.com and submit your questions there.
Yes.
And then also there is a free giveaway, right, Destiny?
Yes, Desi. We are giving away a free weekend getaway to the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. The Virgin Hotels Las Vegas has been so gracious to do this giveaway with us, so you guys get to actually win a free hotel stay weekend getaway, and all you have to do to enter this giveaway is subscribe to the Destiny Malibu podcast. Oh, my picture was there. It's gone. There it is. Destiny Malibu podcast. Subscribe to the Destiny Malibu podcast, rate the show, and leave a review. You're going to want to take a screenshot of your review before you hit send and email it to contest@destinymalibu.com, because it does take 48 hours for the review to go live. So that's all you have to do is submit. Just review the show and send it to that email address, contest@destinymalibu.com, and you could win a free weekend getaway and dinner with us.
Yeah, we'd love to have dinner with you, so make sure you do that. And I think we're going to end the show with our mantra, right?
Yes. So if you don't know the mantra yet, it is, if you hate me, I love you. If you love me, I love you even more. You are not alone, and we are in this together. So we love you guys so much. Make sure you come back for the next podcast episode